To introduce you to this subject, I would like to begin with one very basic statement that just like in nature, we have some laws, just like nature is governed by laws, so is society. So there is this very famous, popular scholar called as Auguste Comte who once said this. The idea is very simple. In nature, we have laws like law of gravity, law of motion of objects. Okay. Similarly, in society, we also have laws. The only issue is that most of the people initially were not aware of those laws. But this discipline actually developed to find those laws. Just like physics is devoted to finding laws, so is sociology devoted to finding laws of social world. Now, what are those laws of social world that we must very briefly understand today so that you get introduced to this subject? Every time unemployment rate goes up, the rate of crime also goes up. This is a law of social world. Now, what actually happens when we know about this law? Well, this will enable the government to curb the unemployment rate, to think of some kind of policy so that they could reduce the unemployment, which means they will now think of making more jobs available to people. It will think of creating great educational opportunities so that crime rate doesn't go up. That means if you know the laws beforehand, government can intervene at appropriate stage and fix the issue, right? But the question is, who actually developed such laws? Is the government developing laws? No. It is the task of science. That means sociologists will develop laws and government will act on them. है ना? So if I'm saying that society is also governed by laws, then which discipline will find those laws? Sociology discovers the laws of society. This is the basic point that we have to understand. Okay. And one of the law which I just told you about was higher the unemployment, higher the rate of crime. It's a universal law. Whichever country would have highest unemployment, you will find rate of crime also high in that. Similarly, there is a law. Whenever urbanization takes place, you see joint family breaking down into nuclear family. It's a law, right? That means if the joint family was like this, now you would see fission reaction taking place. Now you see nuclearization taking place. only with the exposure to urbanization. Okay, very basic law. And you are already familiar with this idea. You must have read this in your NCRTs way back in class 8th or ninth. That with industrialization, we see nuclear family forms. Okay, there are some other laws. Every time women's access to education increase, you see fertility rate going down. Fertility rate means birth rate. The number of kids born to a woman is decreased every time women are given access to education. Okay. And we see this happening in South India. South India has lower fertility rate than North India. Because in South India, we have more number of women educated than in North India. Okay. And if you have fertility rate down, that means you have lower number of kids. And that also means chances of people to not even have kids at all is also high among those who are well educated. Higher the education, lower the chances of kids. And with this, we also see formation of new kind of family, which we call as double income, no kids. Double income, no kids. So that means both the parents are earning, but they don't have any kids. Okay. You will find such kind of families among those where both are well educated and well earning. Okay. Now, the question is, how are sociologists developing these laws? On what basis are they developing these laws? On what basis are they saying, with this will happen? With this will happen. With this will happen. On what basis do you think sociologists are saying this? Anybody? Online students? Data. On the basis of data, we are saying this. On what basis did Newton give laws of motion? On the basis of observation. And with observation, you collect data. Sociologists also would observe the social world. Okay. They would observe the changes taking place in the social world, and then they would collect the data, right? So our approach to social world is very much similar to a physicist approach to the nature. He observes, we also observe. He collects data, we also collect data. When he collects data, finally he starts finding some pattern. And eventually we also find some pattern. Okay. That means if he is scientist, then we are also scientist. Because what makes anybody a science? It is not the subject matter that makes anybody a science. It is the way to study that subject matter that makes anybody a science. It is the method that you follow that makes you science, not what you study that makes you a science. If the study of planet is a science, if the study of animal and plant is a science, if the study of human body is a science, then study of social institutions, study of social phenomena, everything can be science, right? So eventually, the approach to the subject matter makes any discipline science. Okay. And our approach is very simple. The approach of sociology. We observe, just like a scientist. We collect data, just like a scientist. We analyze the data, just like a scientist. And we also, on the basis of data analysis, finally, we also develop laws. Universal laws. Okay. Just like a scientist. And therefore, sociology is a science. Sociology is a science. Okay. Now, if sociology is a science, we should clearly know what is our subject matter. Exactly, हम पढ़ते क्या हैं? Okay. We know what chemist studies, what physicist studies, what mathematicians study. We also know what environmentalists study. And we know very well what economics study, what political science study. But what do we study? Okay. थोड़ा सा ब्रीफली ये भी जान लेते हैं, है ना, हम क्या पढ़ते हैं एग्जैक्टली जो कि इकोनॉमिक्स वाले नहीं पढ़ पाए, पॉलिटिकल साइंस वाले नहीं पढ़ पाए, हिस्ट्री वाले नहीं पढ़ पाए. सो आवर सब्जेक्ट मैटर. We study firstly very basic. We study the opinions of people. हम लोगों के ओपिनियन पढ़ते हैं scientifically. This is so different from any other discipline. Historians don't study opinion of people. Economics don't study opinion of people. Okay. And this is also one of the many things that we are studying. It is not the only thing that we study. Okay. We study opinion of people. And in common parlance, the opinion of people is called as common sense. हम common sense को पढ़ते हैं. Okay. Now, what is common sense? Anything, any knowledge that all of us have as a matter of all of us being part of friend circle, family circle, is common sense knowledge. Okay. The knowledge that all of us share is a common sense knowledge. And what is one common sense knowledge that all of us share? One common sense knowledge that all of us share is that with hard work, you become successful. This is one common sense knowledge that all of us share, right? Now we will investigate this common sense knowledge. With hard work, person becomes successful. So what now we will do? We will analyze who are called as successful in the social world. We will pick their data. Okay. The data of successful people in any sector of life. Then we will check their profile. Okay. Like data analysis. And after profiling them, we will understand all of them are having something common in them. And what is that one thing which is common to all of them? All of them are having certain kind of advantages. Okay. They could be advantages like they are coming from well-off families, okay, upper middle class families, okay. They are having good income already with them, okay. They are coming from urban areas. They are also coming from great schools or colleges. They are coming from English medium. Most of them are coming from particular religious community or caste community or maybe gender, okay. When we combine all of them, we found out that out of all the successful people, I'm just giving you a rough estimate, okay, out of all the successful people in particular college or in particular area, I'm just giving you a random number, okay, 75% of these successful people were English medium, urban, upper middle class, upper caste men. Data analysis, okay. That means what? It is not hard work alone. We actually investigated the hard work and then we came out with this kind of analysis that most 75% of these successful people were urban, Western educated, English medium speaking, upper middle class family, upper caste men. Okay. This clearly shows that hard work alone is not the determining factor behind success. So we are trying to analyze it like a science. Okay. Hard work alone is not the factor. There are these factors which also determine success. That means we analyzed even common sense of the people scientifically, tried to unbox common sense, tried to find the root cause behind the success of the people. Okay. Anyway, other than common sense, what do we study? We also study social institutions. Online students, did you get this example? The first one which we talked about? Yes? Okay. Social institutions. We study social institutions also. What is social institution kya hota hai? Social institution, I don't want to tell you the definition at this point of time, but I can definitely tell you example of social institutions. Okay. हमारे समाज में just like human body consists of organs, okay, the social world also consists of organs. What are the organs of human body? Heart, liver, kidney, brain, ये सब organs है. उसी तरह social world के अपने organs है. What are the organs of society? Family, religion, education system, state. These are organs of society. Be it America, be it China, be it India, be it Japan or Korea. Do we have family everywhere? Do we have state everywhere? Do we have economy existing everywhere? Do we have religion everywhere? That means there are some universal observation. You can find among humans some things which are universally found among humans. These are what we call as social institutions. Okay. So the social institutions are family, religion, state, economy, education system. We study these institutions. Okay. अब इसका मतलब क्या होता है? What is the meaning of we studying them? Okay. इसके मतलब बहुत होते हैं. एक तो इसका मतलब होता है we can study firstly origin of these institutions. Origin, just like origin of universe, origin of planet, origin of star, okay, origin of the species being, origin of plant animal. Similarly, origin of social institutions. How did family come into being? ना मेरी फैमिली ना आपकी फैमिली, फैमिली नाम का स्ट्रक्चर ह्यूमंस में कब पैदा हुआ? आप समझ सवाल को समझ रहे हो आप? ओके. रिलीजन नाम का इंस्टीट्यूशन ह्यूमंस में कब पैदा हुआ? origin of these institutions. Okay, तो एक तो ये इसका मतलब हो सकता है, one is the origin of institutions. This is one thing that we study. Second, within the social institution, we also study function of institutions. What is the meaning of function? Just like we are curious as a scientist of human body, if I'm talking about biologists, okay, they are very much curious about function of brain, function of heart. Not in today's time, because all of us already know the function of these organs now. But there was a point of time when people were very curious to know what is this part in human body, what does it do, right? यही तो साइंटिस्ट की पहचान होती है कि वो क्यूरियस रहते हैं, वो जानना चाहते हैं, दे वांट टू नो द व्हाई एंड द हाउ एंड द व्हाट. ओके, सो what is the function of heart, what is the function of liver, what is the function of brain is a question which is not any different from what is the function of religion, what is the function of family, what is the function of state. क्या क्वेश्चन में कोई फर्क है? बिल्कुल भी नहीं, सिर्फ सब्जेक्ट मैटर अलग है, बट क्वेश्चन अभी भी वही है. फंक्शन ऑफ एनीथिंग. ओके, what is the function of water, what is the function of soil, what is the function of air, what is the function of herbivorous animals, what is the function of carnivorous animals, why do they exist in the same patch where herbivores exist. Okay, so it is like you have to just don't take anything for granted and understand the utility of that thing or purpose of that thing like an outsider. Okay, so function of family क्या होगा, फैमिली क्यों एग्जिस्ट करता होगा ह्यूमंस में, रिलीजन का फंक्शन क्या होता होगा, ये सब हम जानने की कोशिश करते हैं. ओके, थर्ड थिंग दैट वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इज इंटर रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन these institutions. Okay, what is the interrelationship between these? इनके बीच में आखिर रिश्ता क्या है? अच्छा, you have human body. In human body, heart, liver, kidney, brain, are all of these interconnected or all of them are working completely separately? बताओ. Online students, are these organs in our human body interconnected or do they work in isolation? Interconnected. Is our brain connected with heart? Okay. Is our brain connected with the so-called other organs of the body? Similarly, our heart is very well connected with what we call as different organs. We need to understand that every time in human body, if one organ is connected to other organ, change in one organ can lead to change in the other organ. Okay. If one organ is not functioning properly, the consequence of that can be visible in functioning of other organs as well. Okay. This shows the interconnection between the organs. Similarly, in society, if the family system is not functioning properly, economy may not function properly, state may not function properly. There are some consequences that we see, that change in one can bring change in other. Imagine like this: if economy is not functioning properly, that means there is a lot of unemployment. Okay, will this not bring any change in the state? State will face pressure. Okay, state will face movements by people, state will face questioning. Okay, and state will have to bring change, some kind of reform, some kind of laws or policy to reduce this unemployment or to fix the economy. Okay, like in America 1930s, when Great Depression took place. Okay, American state intervened to fix economy. इकोनॉमी तो क्या खत्म हो रही थी, डिप्रेशन में जा रही थी, बट गवर्नमेंट ने सोचा नहीं, हम इकोनॉमी को बचाएंगे. ओके, और तब जाके एक आदमी आते हैं, जॉन मेनार्ड केन्स, उसको हम केनेजियन इकोनॉमिक्स के नाम से जानते हैं. ओके, जहां से शुरू होता है फिस्कल स्टिमुलस का कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, दैट गवर्नमेंट शुड प्रोवाइड सम or inject some kind of liquidity to fix the economy. Now, this was not primarily the task of government, especially in a free market economy setup. Okay, America was seen as a free market theoretically, at least, where the government does not intervene, but government had to intervene if the economy was not functioning properly. And it is not just America. I mean, everywhere government does play a role in economy. Okay, similarly, every time economy is functioning smoothly, family functions smoothly. Economy is not functioning smoothly, family will not function smoothly. Why? Because people will get unemployed. That means father will not be working or mother will not be working. If mother or father is not working and if they were the sole breadwinner, for how long do you think family can survive? It will be difficult for families to survive if economy is not functioning properly, right? And if economy is not, and if education is not in accordance with the requirement of economy, then definitely it is failure of education also, because of which economy will collapse, because of which family will collapse. तो आपको पढ़ाया जो जा रहा है कॉलेजेस में, अगर उसका कोई मतलब ही नहीं है, ठीक है, उससे हमें नौकरी मिलती ही नहीं है, तो दैट मीन्स व्हाट विल हैपन? Bad education will result in bad economic growth, will result in failure of family interconnection. Now the question is, who's studying these interconnections? Sociologists are studying these interconnections. Okay, so this is the basic thing: social institution, their origin, function, interrelation. Okay, third thing that we study is social pathology. Now what is social pathology? Social pathology का मतलब होता है, what is the meaning of pathology? Diseases. What are the social diseases? सोशल डिजीजेस क्या क्या होती हैं, आप बता सकते हो? आपके दिमाग में क्या आ रहा है सुनकर? इनइक्वालिटी. ठीक है, अगर हम इसको डिजीज बोल रहे हैं तो उसमें से कुछ डिजीजेस हैं समाज की, इनइक्वालिटी और फेलियर ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन. ठीक है, बट रिजल्टिंग इन व्हाट? मतलब उस डिजीज का नाम क्या होगा? अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. ओके. पावर्टी. ओके. और पेट्रियार्की. अभी आजकल क्या चल रहा है जो बहुत पॉपुलर हो रहा है, दैट इज लोनलीनेस. आजकल इससे बहुत आर्टिकल आ रहे हैं, इंडिया लोनली कंट्री बनते जा रहा है. अब इसका मतलब क्या होता है? ओके, इंडिया जो है वो विक्टिम हो चुका है लोनली एपिडेमिक, loneliness epidemic. Okay, that means we see more and more number of people lonely in their lives. Okay, and why is that happening? Well, उसके अलग रीजंस हैं, लेकिन ऐसा सिंपल भाषा में अभी हम समझे. जब भी समाज के अंदर डेवलपमेंट बहुत रैपिडली होता है, ओके, एस्पिरेशंस बहुत ज्यादा डेवलप होते हैं, एंड वी सी migration movement taking place to urban towns, people start living alone. Okay, in the work pressure which they experience at the workplace, they again experience the loneliness because they don't have family in this urban town to look after their concerns. And the work pressure doesn't let them socialize. Eventually, the race to success is making people lonely. And that is very much visible in India. This is what the claim of many social scientists is, because they are the one who are going to declare India as victim of loneliness. But anyway, उसके ऊपर हम बाद में आएंगे. Disease के और क्या क्या मायने होते हैं. Okay. Crime. Fine. We study all these diseases. हम ये सारे डिजीज पढ़ते हैं. ऐसा कोई डिजीज नहीं है जो हम ना पढ़ते हो. एक भी डिजीज नहीं है ऐसा. ओके. और डिजीज हम किस बेसिस पे बोल रहे हैं? डिजीज हम बोलते हैं हर उस चीज को जो कि सिस्टम के अंदर अनस्टेबिलिटी ला रहा है. एनीथिंग दैट ब्रिंग्स अनस्टेबिलिटी इन द सिस्टम is seen as disease, just like anything that brings instability in your body is seen as disease by the doctor. Okay. Similarly, anything that brings instability in social world is disease by the social scientists. Okay. So we will study all of them. But while studying them, we will try to understand the nature of the disease, just like any doctor would study the nature of disease. Okay. The doctor would try to trace the root cause of the disease. We will also try to trace the root cause of the disease. The doctor will also suggest solution to fix the disease. We will also suggest solution to fix the disease. So sociologists are like doctors, not of human body, but of human society. Okay, fine. So sociologists study disease, try to find root cause, and suggest solutions. Okay. Acha, when we try to find root cause of crime, can we blame individual? क्या हम बोल सकते हैं मिस्टर अरविंद श्रीवास्तव की वजह से समाज में क्राइम बढ़ रहा है? ऐसा नहीं बोलते, है ना? A doctor cannot blame a single cell. Okay. It is not one particular individual that is to be blamed. We have to understand bigger things. अभी वो bigger things है, I don't want to go into that, but you just have to understand. We don't blame any individual. We blame something. We don't even blame. Okay. We are just trying to find the root cause of the disease. Okay. We're not blaming anything. And in tracing the whole root cause, we may understand that some institutions are not functioning properly. That is why you have this kind of diseases. It's like doctor saying, well, your kidney or your liver or your heart is not functioning properly. That is why you are facing this kind of trauma, this kind of problems. Okay, so you need to get your heart diagnosed, you need to get your kidney diagnosed, something like this properly. Okay, तो कुछ ऐसा हमारा orientation रहेगा. Okay. अच्छा, fourth, social control. Social control. We study social control also. Okay. Now, what is social control? Well, social control का मतलब होता है that among humans there are certain rules, regulations, or values or norms which control the individuals. Okay. When you go to school, did you experience some kind of rules, regulations for the first time? In the family also you face some rules and regulations. In the university also you face some rules and regulations. While riding bike on the road, do you face some kind of regulations? While working at the workplace, bureaucrats, do you think they find some kind of regulations? Do you think the media journalist they are also bound by certain rules and regulations, right? Everybody is bound by certain rules and regulations. That means everybody is controlled. Simple सी बात है ना? Everybody is supposed to follow rules and regulations. The professor in the university is bound by rules. Student in university is also bound by rules. Nobody is completely free. There is no free individual. Free individual is not found anywhere. It is just a myth. Mithya hai ye. Okay. We may say that we are living in democracy. Okay. Which gives you freedom, but किसी के पास freedom नहीं होती. Everybody is constrained by certain rules regulation. But other than rules and regulations, there are some more things which are not directly observable to you, but are operating to curb you, to control you. Okay. तो वो क्या क्या होते हैं? The mechanisms that control the individuals. This includes rules and regulations. Value Values also control the individual. Okay. Third is the institutions which we just read. The family, the state, all of them are also controlling the lives of individuals. Okay. The rules made by family, the rules made by state are also going to control. तो हम कंट्रोल के मैकेनिज्म्स को पढ़ते हैं. अब ऐसे सोचो, if a person, can a person freely speak anything against religion? That means you are bound by certain rules, regulations. You're not free. Okay. And this idea that you should not be saying this or that, this idea, was it constructed by you alone? Is it constructed by some Mr. or Miss? No. It is just shared by all of us. All of us now are commonly subject to this rule that you should not be speaking against religion. You should not be speaking against the state. Okay. You should not be speaking against the judges. Okay. If you speak anything against the religious officials, and if you speak anything against the judiciary officials, in both the cases, you will be charged with something. Okay. One will be the contempt of court in the second case. The first case will be contempt of religious order. Okay. उसको ब्लास्फेमी बोलते हैं, इसको कंटेम्प्ट बोलेंगे. फर्क कुछ नहीं है दोनों में, नाम अलग है सिर्फ. Only names are different. But both of them clearly show you your place, that you cannot speak anything freely. So we have tried to understand what are the forms of control which exist on planet Earth among humans that regulate the individuals. Okay. ये हमारा पर्पस होता है जानना. Okay. And fifth thing, we study social actions. Social actions. Now, what are the social actions? इसका मतलब क्या होता है? There are some actions that humans are found repeatedly doing. Okay. And we are very curious to know ये क्या करते हैं ये humans. Okay. Like we have seen every year. Just a second. We have seen every year humans are found cutting cake. Okay. Firstly, we don't know what is that which is being cut. Okay. And why are they cutting it every year? हमें नहीं पता. Okay. we interviewed some people and then they said ये इसको बर्थडे हम बोलते हैं, एक्चुअली बर्थडे होता है हमारा, और ये we actually do it every year, इससे हम बड़े हो जाते हैं एक साल. ओके, तो ये हमने नोट कर लिया. ओके, we actually note this क्योंकि हमें नहीं पता. See, scientists don't know the behavior of animal. They want to understand why this animal is behaving like this. Okay. Scientists don't know the behavior of planet. They want to understand the behavior of planets. Okay. Similarly, we also want to understand the behavior of individuals. Why do they do whatever they do? Okay, we are curious. So we will not take anything for granted. हर चीज के पीछे मीनिंग क्या छुपा है वो हम जानना चाहेंगे. Okay. Similarly, we have also found out, if I talk about India at this point of time, on 15th of August, okay, we have seen many people watching television live. Okay, they are not watching anything else, but they are watching it live. They are also going to different places. They are unfurling the flag, and they call it unfurling the flag. Okay, and in the unfurling process, what they do is the moment the flag is unfurled, then they stand like this. Okay, as long as flag is furled, they are just doing their common everyday routine. जैसे ही flag unfurled, then they stand like this. Okay, and they keep standing like this for 52 seconds. And after 50 second, they just go back to their normal state. Okay, so what did this do to them? Okay, what was the meaning behind this? Why are they doing like this? Then we came to know, ये actually हमारा वो होता है, इंडिपेंडेंस डे होता है. इस टाइम हम आजाद हुए थे 15 अगस्त को. It is more like a celebration of us. For us, we are trying to somehow reinforce the sovereignty that we achieved, the freedom that we achieved. Okay, we are trying to reinforce the values of democracy. Okay, we are trying to reinforce the value of togetherness, nationalism. ओ अच्छा, अब क्या वो फ्लैग के अनफर्ल के पीछे इतने मीनिंग्स हैं, ये हमें नहीं पता है. ओके, क्योंकि कुछ चीजें कैनॉट बी ऑब्जर्व्ड डायरेक्टली बाय नेकेड आईज, है ना. अब भाई देखो, सीधी सी बात है, एप्पल गिर गया. ओके, एप्पल के गिरने के पीछे के कारण ऑब्जर्व करने की कोशिश की जा सकती है. ओके, लेकिन एप्पल से बात तो नहीं की जा सकती है, अनलाइक ह्यूमंस जिनसे बात भी की जा सकती है. ओके, so what we try to do is we also try to speak to individuals. Okay, we don't literally treat them like atoms only. We try to speak sometimes when we are not able to figure out the reason behind this kind of event which they are doing. Okay, so social action का मतलब क्या हुआ? Any action which is meaningful. Okay, the meanings of which are not clearly visible to the naked eyes. Okay, it has to be understood by deep investigation. Okay, there are some actions जिसके पीछे के मीनिंग हमें नहीं समझ आएंगे, वो हमें समझने पड़ेंगे थोड़ा सा डीप जाकर. ऐसे एक्शंस को हम बोलते हैं सोशल एक्शन. एनी एक्शन which is meaningful or full of experiences of individual. Any action which is meaningful or full of experiences of individual is a social action. For the time being, I don't want to tell you the other parameters. For the time being, हमें बस इतना ही समझना है. अब ऐसे बहुत एक्शंस हैं जो हम करते तो हैं, हमें उसका मतलब पता है, बट सोशियोलॉजिस्ट को नहीं पता. You just have to imagine that they don't know. They are just trying to discover the meaning behind those. Like you must have done this action every 5 years. You go to some school, you stand in a queue, the gates get opened, okay, then your turn comes, and then you press one button, okay, and then finally some person would do some kind of uh, n- paint work on your nail, okay, that blue color, okay, and then you display it to other people, okay. हमें नहीं समझ आया ये क्या था, what was that, okay. फिर आप बाहर निकलते हो, sociologist would be asking you, let's imagine, okay, although journalists are there, but let's imagine sociologist is also trying to understand what is this, okay. तो you would say ये actually हमारा होता है, ऐसे करके हम लीडर चुनते हैं अपना। ओ अच्छा, देन इससे बस यही है कि फिर लीडर जो है फिर वो हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, ओके, 5 साल तक के लिए। तो दिस इज एन अग्रीमेंट बिटवीन यू एंड द लीडर। यस यस, ये एक हमारा तरीका होता है, हम सब लोग इकट्ठे होकर ऐसे सुबह 8 बजे बटन दबाते हैं एक, ठीक है। तो ओके, सो ह्यूमंस हैव दिस इंटरेस्टिंग डिवाइस। अभी देखो एक दिन पूरे आउटसाइडर की तरह बात करेंगे सोशियोलॉजिस्ट। ह्यूमंस डेवलप सम इंटरेस्टिंग डिवाइस, ओके, to choose a person who they call as leader. The leader works for the humans for 5 years. Okay. And this very operation is helping them pick one. That means the act of pressing button has certain meanings behind it. It's not some random act. There are some meanings or experiences behind it. Okay. So we will try to figure out those experiences or meanings. We will not take any action for granted. Understood? Okay. Okay. Now, if these are the things that we study, that means we are studying everything. And when we study everything, that means we are not specialized. Okay. We are seen as generalizing science and a generalist science, not a specialized science. Unlike political science. Now, political science is a specialized science. It is dealing only and only with the political institutions. Okay. For us, state is just one of the many institutions. We can't afford to just study one institution, right? It's like biology. Is biology a specialized science the way maybe cardiology is, the way maybe um, some other logy would be? No. But biology in itself is definitely specialized because it is studying the parts of the human body. Similarly, sociology may not be specialized the way political science would be or the way economics would be. But in itself, sociology is specialized because it is studying all the parts together. Okay. So, firstly, sociology is science. It is bit generalizing science, but it can be seen as specializing. It depends on who do you compare it with. Okay. And also, secondly, we must understand that as science, sociology must be value free in its approach. That means we must maintain objectivity. That means we must not be activist. We must not be revolutionaries. We must not be reformers. We must be just scientists. Okay. So, sociology is a science, a generalizing science. Okay. Also, a value free science. Value free science. Anyway, science must be value free only. Value free का मतलब क्या होता है? The values of researcher should not be there. His own personal likes and dislikes, his own personal opinion should not be there. The researcher should only write what is observed. He should not give his judgment on that. He should simply state the observation. Okay. That way, value free. So we will not say that, you know, oh my God, so many Dink families are emerging. This is so bad. We should not have Dink families on planet Earth. Let's go back to joint family system. कितना प्यारा था हमारा joint family का system. इस तरह की बातें sociologists will not say. Sociologists will simply say in a very robotic tone. In a very robotic tone. Okay. Joint family system is undergoing transformation from joint to nuclear, and then some factors have caused formation of the double income no kid. बस ऐसे करके बात करेंगे. So they will not be very emotional while speaking. They will just speak in a robotic tone. Okay. तो इसलिए value free science माना जाएगा हमें. Okay. This is the basics. This is the basics. इतना जानना हमारे लिए बहुत है. Okay. शुरुआत में. इसके beyond we should not get introduced to sociology because rest of the things would be done by distinct chapters that we will be studying. Okay. Now the question is, how are we going to um, go about our course structure हमारा कैसा रहेगा? Okay. Okay. So see, firstly, all students would be added to one Telegram group that we make. Okay. Those who are not yet added, please get yourself added after the class. Okay. We will have one Telegram group. The Telegram group is a group that is closed in nature, that is not open. Okay. That means there is no discussion, no conversation in the Telegram group. It is closed. Social control abhi padha tha na humne? Social control. Social control. Okay. So rules and regulations. Okay. So there will be no conversation in the Telegram group. फिर वो बनाए क्यों है? What is the purpose? The function of the Telegram is to convey or to communicate about the handout, about the test, about anything else. Okay. So firstly, in the course structure, we must know there is a Telegram group. All must get added. ठीक है. Second, course structure में our course runs for 5.5 to 6 months maximum. Okay. So 6 months is the maximum, and in these 6 months, what we do is we don't just cover the syllabus, we cover PYQs and we also organize tests. दोनों चीजें होती हैं. And remember, very briefly, if I talk about PYQs, do not ever refer to solved PYQs. Okay. कभी भी आप solved PYQs नहीं खरीदोगे. उसका बड़ा simple reason है. If you refer to solved PYQs, you will never be able to understand on your own how to approach any question. You will become over dependent on a booklet. And you will already know that, okay, I have this book at my disposal. Why do I need to go through the क्या कहते हैं, brainstorming? Let me simply pick up the book. You know, imagine if you keep doing like this, keep referring the book for just 2 or 3 months, your brain will be dead. And on the day when you will be expected to write an answer, you will not be able to write anything. You will experience it if you keep referring solved PYQs. Okay. So solved PYQ you should stay away from. And see, just imagine like this. Do we refer solved PYQs for essay writing? There is no solved PYQ for essay writing. There is no solved PYQ for case studies in ethics. Okay. Similarly, there is no solved PYQ for the optional. Okay. These three subjects, essay, ethics, case studies, and optional, are distinct from rest of the areas. Okay. Here, number of points is not going to matter. Essay में number of points कुछ भी नहीं होता है. Okay. Ethics case studies में it's not about number of points. Similarly, here also in optional, number of points से कुछ नहीं होगा. इन तीनों में थोड़ा डेप्थ चाहिए, डेप्थ ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग द डिमांड, बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू deviate from the demand, whole efforts would be gone. Okay. And the moment you pick a book, you would not be in a stage to even understand whether the book is right or wrong. You would simply absorb it. Okay. So solved PYQ you should stay away from. And we have also given you a PYQ booklet, I think. In the PYQ booklet, in the first page itself, we have mentioned the reason for you to not refer to solved PYQ. Okay. Test number of tests that we organize, we have total 6 tests. Okay. In the class. पर वो जो 6 टेस्ट हैं उसके अंदर वी हैव 4 sectional test and 2 FLT. Okay. Third, after a couple of topics, we organize a class test. Once we are done with the first 2 units, okay, we'll organize first test. And we always give 10-month notice to all of you before you are told about the test date. Okay. So before test, you would be knowing about the test at least 10 days prior to the test. Okay. इससे क्या होगा? इससे आपको टाइम मिलेगा पढ़ने को, और we also expect you guys to write the test on the same day, because we don't allow you writing test on some other day, because if we allow it then test will lose its meaning. उसका meaning purpose खत्म हो जाता है फिर वहीं पे, है ना? So ये चीज का हमें ध्यान रखना है. We don't allow test on any other day. Same day everybody would be writing the test, and the date would always be Sunday. ओके, संडेज को ही हम टेस्ट रखते हैं, ठीक है? और कभी कभी इन केस वी डोंट कीप इन ऑन संडे, वी मे कीप इट ऑन सैटरडे. इधर सैटरडे और संडे जो भी होगा वो हम आपको पहले से ही बता दिया करेंगे, सैटरडे और संडे. फोर्थ कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर में हमें क्या ध्यान रखना है? इन अवर क्लास 3 things are being done. One is the discussion that we do the way we did today, very briefly. Discussion, casual discussion on what sociologists do. Okay. The second thing that we do is dictation. Okay. So if the class is running for 2 hours, we will have discussion for approximately 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, 40 minutes would be gone in dictation. Okay, or maybe even less than that. But we will have discussion for approximately 1 hour 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay. And the structure is like this, that we discuss after a point. I immediately expect you to write it. We will be giving dictation. And then again back to discussion. And then dictation. Then back to discussions. This is the structure. So it is more like discussion and immediately afterward dictation and then back to discussion. And this is more than sufficient. However, we also give you a handout. We also give you a handout. Handout basically refers to the printed material, okay, for respective chapters that we give to you. Printed material का purpose क्या है? You can imagine printed material is more like a substitute to any book that you would have liked to study for sociology. अगर आपका अंदर से मन करे कि नहीं यार, ये तो चलो सभी कोचिंग वाले बोलते हैं कि सिर्फ हमारा ही पढ़ना और कुछ पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये तो चलो उन्होंने बोल दिया पर मैं तो पढ़ूंगा जाके। ठीक है, तो आपके अंदर जो मन है कुछ भी और पढ़ने का, उसको थोड़ा सा शांत करने के लिए ये हम हैंड आउट देते हैं। ठीक है, हमारा ये मानना है कि बिफोर यू even think of buying anything, please at least go through it once, because then you will understand कि वो जो आपने खरीदा बाहर जाके, जिस भी कलर में था वो, चाहे कलर उसका जितना अच्छा था, उस कलर को अगर हटा दें हम और सिर्फ कंटेंट को देखें, तो हमारा जो कंटेंट होएगा हैंडआउट में, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, वेरी वेरी एग्जाम सेंट्रिक, PYQ linked, and not just linked to PYQ, linked to good understanding, good depth, good language, good presentation, everything. So it is more like a substitute to book. However, in every batch what happens is people end up relying on this. Okay, they don't refer very often to this. Very few times would they refer to this. Okay, because they have become comfortable with this, but the language that they are used to in the class, the language which they have written in the class notes, that language becomes very much familiar to them, and they find comfort in that language, unlike the handout which they don't find comfort with, at least in the first go. Although if they go for it second time they would find it comfortable, but वो patience सब में नहीं होती है ना. So इसलिए, and that same thing may happen with you buying any book. In the first go you will not be understanding the book, you'll have to give second read to that book also to understand that. Okay, so ये हमें ध्यान रखना है. ठीक है ना. तो ये है कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर में. और जो फिफ्थ है, the fifth thing that is important for us other than these, yes, in the course structure we also have, yes, online doubt session. So we do organize doubt session online also, only for the online students. Okay, separately, because in the offline setting, so we always have, access to each other. Like I can see you, you can see me. I mean, they can also see me, but I can't see them. Okay. So what happens is, for online class, I want to make sure that I am able to see all of them. So we organize separate doubt session also, where all of them would be live, and we would be having interaction on doubts, okay, on particular days. Okay, although we take doubts both for online students and offline students in the class, but it becomes difficult to do everything in the class in a matter of 2 hours. Okay, and that is why, in case we are not able to solve some doubts, especially with online students, because offline students के पास ये हो जाता है कि सामने ही है. Okay, so immediately after the class also they can ask me doubt, and I would also be speaking to them after the class. But this kind of thing is not there with the online student. Okay, I would not call it some privilege or advantage. Just a thing is not found with the online student. So that is why, to resolve it, we also organize separate doubt session. um, I have created an unofficial WhatsApp group by myself to connect, coordinate, and help each other. Joining is completely optional and depends on your choice. If anyone is interested, they can join through the link. क्यों? Why, Madhav? Why? ये सब पहले दिन क्यों करना है आपको लाइफ में? अभी रुक जाओ. ये अनऑफिशियल अभी कहाँ हो, जब अभी ऑफिशियली शुरू नहीं हुआ है प्रॉपरली. अदिति यादव, वाज इट ऑफिशियल लिंक? नहीं अदिति, कुछ ऑफिशियल नहीं था, वो ऐसे ही बीच में चले गया, वो डिलीट हो गया है. रुद्रांशु, यू, yes, can anyone please tell which one is the official group link? Official group link, रुद्रांशु, what I'll be doing is, in fact, एक काम करते हैं. अजय, एक बार अगर आप पॉसिबल हो तो यार टेलीग्राम का जो लिंक है हमारा, वो यहाँ पे आप डिस्प्ले पे डाल दो, so that students can scan through the link and join it immediately, है ना? Otherwise वो unofficial groups बनने शुरू हो जाएंगे अभी. Ria, sir did not receive PYQ booklet. Ria, you have to check the portal. In the portal, I think the handout would be available. Online students, did you find any PYQ booklet or syllabus page on your portal? No, yes, no, yes. तो सी एक काम करेंगे जिसको नहीं मिला है, what they have to do is they will log out once and then log in again. And we will also make sure from our side that the tech team, in case they have some kind of technical glitches at their end or at your end, whatever it is, they would be resolving it. Okay, fine. So we have, this is the only thing that we must understand in the course structure. Other than this, you don't have to worry about anything else. Okay. बाकी आपके कुछ डाउट हैं तो most of you are, I would say, encouraged to ask the questions in the class. Whenever you have to ask any question, you are free to ask any question in the class. Okay. I would encourage everybody to be active in the class and to feel free. Just raise your hand and I'll definitely let the person ask his question. Okay. अगर आज की क्लास में कोई डाउट है तो आप प्लीज पूछ सकते हैं. किसी का कोई डाउट? ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स कोई डाउट आपका? रोहन एक बार वो प्लीज देख लेना टेलीग्राम वाला लिंक यार. हाउ टू स्कोर 300 प्लस. अरे यार, हाउ टू स्कोर 300 प्लस. देखो ऐसे नहीं होता है, आप समझो इस चीज को. अक्षय श्रीवास्तव, देर इज नो ट्रिक or strategy to score 300. It's like you are asking Sachin Tendulkar when you are in the field how to hit six. Sachin Tendulkar cannot answer this question. Okay. No person can ever tell you answer to such questions. You have to simply understand, if you chase the number, you will not be getting the number. Okay. You don't have to chase the 300. Stop chasing it. Okay. If you just develop interest in the subject, and if you find it interesting, and if you love the subject, and if you think about it, every time you leave the class, आपको सोचना पड़े कुछ एक्स्ट्रा भी, आपके 300 आ जाएंगे. The only condition would be that you must not just think, you must not just be curious, but you must also write answers in the class when we are giving you questions. Because only with the writing, you would understand the difference between knowing things and writing things. एंड ये दोनों में बहुत फर्क होता है. जस्ट लाइक देयर इज ह्यूज डिफरेंस बिटवीन नॉलेज एंड डिग्री, है ना? मतलब बीटेक बहुत लोग हैं बट इंजीनियरिंग नहीं आती, है ना? कुछ ऐसा ही होता है, पढ़ा सबने है बट लिखना नहीं आता. ओके, वैसे ही फर्क है. और सारा डिफरेंस जो है वो सब राइटिंग से शुरू होता है. तो 300 you can't chase, you should not be chasing. You should just understand the concept, write the answers, and also understand why your answer was right at that day, why it was wrong on that day. You should just be curious to follow the process, okay, and not worry about the end goal. And also remember one more thing, that there is no trick available. There may be some people who will tell you ये करना उससे हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, there is no trick available, there is no shortcut to success. Okay, there is no shortcut. तो पहले तो हमको ये मान ही लेना है, ठीक है? हम कोई मान ही लेना है कि हम चाहे जितनी मेहनत कर ले, एग्जाम अभी भी हमको 1 साल बाद ही देना पड़ेगा। ऐसा नहीं होगा कि हम ज्यादा मेहनत करेंगे तो एग्जाम 3 महीने बाद दे देंगे। अभी भी एग्जाम 1 साल बाद ही देना पड़ेगा। 2027 का तो 1 साल बाद ही है ना। तो कुछ वैसा ही है। यू हैव टू जस्ट बी पेशेंट, आई वुड से। ओके। Okay, wanted to know, sir, wanted to know about one-to-one mentorship. One-to-one mentorship, Rudranshu, what happens is that in the doubt session that we organize, there we have one-to-one thing. Okay. Because when I'm interacting with you as individual, okay, I'll be dealing with you individually in the one-to-one mentorship. In offline as well, what happens is if anybody has any doubt, they are free to ask their question right after the class. If they have any other doubt other than the academics, okay. Similarly, with the online students, we are always organizing session to make sure that your doubts are addressed. Okay. That in the group session, there is one to one. Other than that, also, we are having some sessions where you can have interaction. Okay. One to one. So, what should we do on our side after your class to get most out of the lectures? Uh, to get the most out of the lectures, what you should be doing is to just revise whatever we study. Okay. Now, see, I'll tell you one very important thing. If all of us study same thing, all of us study same thing, that doesn't mean how will we uh, that doesn't mean how, that we will not be able to score any different from the rest of the people who are also studying the same thing. That doesn't happen like this. Even if all of us study same thing, still people will score differently. It is not that just because we have studied same thing, so we will score the same also. इतना simple नहीं, इतनी simple नहीं है life actually. Again, if we study same thing, all of us will score the same. Is common sense. ये उसको हमने ऊपर पढ़ा था ना, वो कॉमन सेंस होता है। वो कॉमन सेंस को हम उठाते हैं, डेटा एनालिसिस करते हैं, एंड देन व्हेन वी फाइंड आउट इट इज नॉट हैपनिंग, द पीपल हु आर कमिंग फ्रॉम certain kind of backgrounds, okay, people other than hard work, I mean hard work is also there, okay, but hard work alone is not the only factor, okay, background also play a role, okay, both the factors are playing their roles. So when you are studying, you just have to make sure when you go back home, you revise it, you revise it thoroughly. And if you keep revising the same thing, you will automatically feel more and more confident with that. And also, one thing that you must do at your end is to go through PYQs regularly, because we will be doing it anyway in the class. But you must also do it, okay? Because in most of the places, what happens is PYQ is done separately, okay? Class is done separately. उसका कोई purpose ही नहीं होता है. Because you end up giving 5 months of your time to a class without knowing any question, उसका भी क्या utility है ना? Because writing आप कर नहीं रहे हो और सिर्फ जान रहे हो, तो फिर आपको बाद में टाइम एक्स्ट्रा देना पड़ेगा, राइट? बट अगर आप जानते हुए ही राइटिंग कर लो, that will help you even in GS. Many a times what happens is students for the first time in the class of optional only, they actually got introduced to answer writing, and that answer writing habit helped them in GS, because not all of them are in the same position. Like it's not that all of you have completed GS. Many of you may just begin GS or may not even enroll for any GS course and may do it by self study, okay, but eventually the template that we learn here in the class help them even in the GS. Now that is the template that we always target, a template that is visible, a template which is fulfilling the demand of the question, okay. So अदर देन दैट आपको और कुछ नहीं करना, बस क्लास में जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं वही रिवाइज करते जाना है. So social institutions have always been there, but why is it that sociology as a subject has only developed recently? Yes, definitely. Just like देखो क्वेश्चन कितना इंटरेस्टिंग है। वो पूछ रहे हैं कि सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस तो शुरू से रहे हैं, बट ऐसा क्यों हुआ सोशियोलॉजी अभी पैदा हुआ? ठीक वैसे ही जैसे कि ग्रेविटी शुरू से रही होगी, बट लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटी न्यूटन ने बहुत सालों बाद दी जीवन में। ओके, आप ऐसे समझो, साइंटिस्ट जो होते हैं दे आर द डिस्कवरर्स ऑफ द लॉज। ओके, लॉ के डिस्कवरी में टाइम लग जाता है, कई चीजें बस हमारी ऑब्जर्वेशन से पास हो जाती हैं। हर कोई न्यूटन नहीं था, एप्पल सबके सामने गिर रहा था, पर हर कोई न्यूटन नहीं बना, कुछ लोग बन गए। ठीक है, वैसे ही सोशियोलॉजी developed recently to study the institutions and their laws. Okay, when those institutions were always there, but discipline was not there. It was more like a gap, a problem gap. And something happened in Europe actually, okay, which eventually forced some people to develop a discipline which we call as sociology. Okay, and what happened exactly in Europe? हमारा जो क्लास होता है, it actually begins with the origin of sociology. Our first chapter that is there in our syllabus is emergence of sociology. Okay, and उसके आगे एक चीज लिखी हुई है, social changes in Europe and the emergence of sociology. ये हमारा यूनिट 1 का स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट होता है। What exactly happened in Europe? Europe was actually going through, to just to tell you very basic, I don't want to teach you in the very first class, but Europe was going through a huge transformative period. All of you are very well aware of events like French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, Scientific Revolution. हम सब ने ये सब सुना हुआ है. Okay. But the issue is what exactly these forces were like, what kind of transformation were brought about by these forces. The whole economic, political order of Europe got changed. There was change observed in the economic and the political institutions with French Revolution and with Industrial Revolution. We saw everything that we today simply take as words like urbanization, industrialization, everything was happening at that point of time. Democratization, the wave of democracy spreading across Europe through French revolutionary ideas. Okay. So we saw everything taking place in Europe at that point of time. All these things actually changed Europe in multiple ways. A discipline was required to study these changes. Because when changes were taking place in Europe, some pathologies were also observed. In the process of change of the institutions of the state and economy, some pathologies were observed. What were those pathologies that were observed? Well, we also saw during the change, crime rate was going up, suicide rate was going up, and unemployment was also going up. Inequality was growing when society was becoming industrialized. Okay. पहले का जो समाज था यूरोप में और बाद के जो समाज है उसमें फर्क है, लेकिन उस फर्क के साथ साथ पैथोलॉजी भी डेवलप हो रही है. जस्ट टू गिव यू बेसिक माइंड मैप, द ओल्ड यूरोप, द न्यू यूरोप. The old Europe, just to tell you very basic, had political institution called as monarchy. Monarchy, you understand? Rule of king. There was no democracy in old Europe. Okay. Old Europe का मतलब यहाँ पे है, I'm talking about approximately till 17th century, 17th, 18th century. Okay. We had rule of king. And economy, we did not have free market economy. That means we did not have free individuals producing anything that they like, okay, or owning the private property without any regulation by state. We did not have this kind of economy. We had economy well regulated by the monarchy. In fact, there was no ecosystem for growth of businesses. Monarchs were against, the rajas were against the businessmen, the traders and the merchants. राजाज और traders की बनती नहीं थी. ये अलग दुनिया है, वो अलग. राजा का जो रेवेन्यू है ज्यादातर वो कहां से आता था? एग्रीकल्चर से. ट्रेड एक अलग दुनिया थी, ठीक है. और ट्रेडर्स के ऊपर बहुत रोक लगाई जाती थी. जो भी ट्रेडर्स पैसा बनाते थे उसमें से कुछ पैसा राजा को देना ही पड़ता था. And traders used to feel very annoyed with this fact that we have so many taxes. You cross this territory to that territory, again you pay tax. फिर आप और आगे जाते हो और टैक्स दो. तो ट्रेडर्स को बहुत गुस्सा आता था राजाओं पे. इनकी आपस में नहीं बनती थी. वी डिड नॉट हैव फ्री मार्केट सेटअप. ओके, सो जो हमारी ओल्ड यूरोप थी वो कुछ ऐसी थी. वी हैड मोनार्किकल सिस्टम, and we had feudal economy, which is agricultural economy. Okay, and there was no scientific values. Everybody was simply believed in religious order, religious beliefs. Were very, very dominating in Europe. And only because of religious belief, monarch was ruling. Jैसे in India, in ancient India, we had people like Gupta Empire, Mauryan Empire, Harsha. All these people actually ruled in the name of religion. है ना? तो हर राजा को धर्म की जरूरत पड़ती थी ये समझाने के लिए लोगों को कि वो इस धरती पे रूल करने आए हैं और यही ऊपर वाले का ऑर्डर है. ठीक है. एंड पीपल यूज टू सिंपली एक्सेप्ट दिस कि हाँ होगा ऑर्डर ऊपर वाले का, हमें क्या मालूम, इनको ज्यादा मालूम होगा. ओके, सो पीपल नेवर क्वेश्चन द legitimacy of king. They always trusted the king, and the Brahmins were the advisors in India. Same was the case in Europe. In Europe also, there was a priestly class and there was warrior class. Both were helping each other. Okay, people were simply accepting that yes, religious beliefs must be followed, and that is why monarchy must be followed. That is why the feudal economy must be followed. Okay, they are very right to collect huge taxes from peasants, from traders, from everybody. Okay, but then something happened in Europe, जिसको हम बोलते हैं enlightenment, जिसको हम रेनेसा बोलते हैं, जिसको हम साइंटिफिक रेवोल्यूशन बोलते हैं, जिसको हम फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन बोलते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन. These are the events which were taking place in Europe. Okay, although Renaissance is having its roots in 14th century. Okay, but just to characterize the changes in one mind map, we are drawing like this, that okay, there was this old Europe having this kind of structure, and then some agents of change developed organically, and then a new Europe started getting built. Okay, and in the new Europe, you will not find monarchical system although initially it was still monarchical, but we are going to talk more about the definite change it caused, and it was what we call as democracy or democratic system. And instead of feudal economy, we talk about the free market economy or the capitalist economy. And instead of religious beliefs, the New Europe was characterized by scientific temper. समझ रहे हो आप? इनलाइटनमेंट का नाम सुना है आपने? क्या होता है ये? What is enlightenment in Europe? No, I'm not talking about the word. I'm not talking about the English word. I'm talking about the movement which happened in Europe. What was this movement about? Hmm? Yes. हाँ? क्वेश्चनिंग द सोशल ऑर्डर बहुत ही बढ़िया. किसने बोला? हाँ. Questioning the social order. Enlightenment was about questioning the social order. कुछ लोग हैं जिनके नाम ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, पर उनके काम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके. There were some people who actually questioned the existing political and economic order. Some of them said we should have free market economy. We should not have so much control or regulation on the traders and the merchants. They should be free to trade wherever they want to. And they should be giving only minimum taxes. You can't have so many taxes from them. You need to free them of taxes. If you tax people more, what will happen in economy? जितना आप टैक्स करते हो लोगों को, इनोवेशन कम होता है कि बढ़ता है? इनोवेशन कम होता है. ज्यादा टैक्स है, ये ह्यूमन बिहेवियर है. हाँ, ये भी एक लॉ है. मोर यू टैक्स, lesser innovation you see, because you are actually trying to discourage innovation only. Okay. अब अमेरिका में देखो इनोवेशन क्यों है इतनी. Why America becomes one of the first country to come out with new things? चैट जीपीटी वो लेके आ गया. चैट जीपीटी का दुश्मन भी वही लेके आया है, क्लॉड. ठीक है. डोमिनोज वो लेके आया, केएफसी वो लेके आया, ओके, मैकडोनल्ड वो लेके आया, कोका कोला उसने पिला दी हमें, नेटफ्लिक्स वो हमें दिखाता है. ठीक है. अमेरिका में ऐसा क्या है कि वो सबसे पहले चीजों को लेके आता है? कोविड की वैक्सीन भी पहले अमेरिका ही लेके आया था. ओके. क्या है अमेरिका में ऐसा? वहां पर इनोवेशन को इनकरेज किया जाता है, बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज को इनकरेज किया जाता है. ओके. सो कहने का मतलब ये है कि देयर वाज अ पर्सन इन द इनलाइटनमेंट पीरियड इन यूरोप who actually questioned the monarchy, and he said you should not have this much taxation, otherwise there will be no innovation. The name of the person was Adam Smith. Okay. Now Adam Smith is a person who's known as Scottish Enlightenment thinker. Not just enlightenment, Scottish Enlightenment. Okay. हम यूरोप को एज अ होल देख रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट फ्रांस, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट इंग्लैंड, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पेन सेपरेटली. यूरोपियन एनलाइटनमेंट हम ऐसे बोल रहे हैं. एडम स्मिथ की बात जो है वो साइंटिफिक बात है, और एडम स्मिथ ने बोला कि अगर हम सिर्फ इतना समझें that if you have lower taxes you will have actually more productivity, you will have more jobs getting created, you have more jobs getting created, you will have more consumption, the more consumption is there, more economic growth would be there. कितनी साइंटिफिक बातें हैं, है ना? ये सब वो बता रहे हैं. वो बोलते हैं दिस इज द यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन प्रिंसिपल. सो लोगों को लगा अच्छा ऐसे कैसे. एडम स्मिथ ने बोला टेस्ट करके देख लो मेरी बातों को. लोगों ने टेस्ट किया और सच निकला. सो साइंटिस्ट की अच्छी बात पता है क्या होती है. साइंटिस्ट की बातें टेस्टेबल होती हैं. सो फॉर एनी बॉडी टू बी साइंस, एनी प्रिंसिपल टू बी साइंटिफिक, इट मस्ट बी टेस्टेबल. अब एडम स्मिथ बोलते हैं दैट if you have free market economy, that means state intervenes minimum in the economy, then you have good growth in economy. कितना बेसिक है. और जिस भी समाज में स्टेट का दखल अंदाजी ज्यादा होगा इकोनॉमी में, उधर ग्रोथ कम होगी रिलेटिवली. So that means he's giving a law and he's actually being very, very scientific about the observation that he's seeing, and he's questioning the monarchical order that way. Okay. Other than Adam Smith, there was one more person called as what we uh, say as Montesquieu. He gave this principle of separation of power. Okay. Now, what is separation of power? He said, well, if one person is judge also, lawmaker also, okay, and the bureaucrat also at the same time, if you have centralization of power, then you will not be having good governance. You may see people in the ruling class becoming corrupt. You may see people in the ruling class becoming inefficient. अगर समाज में गवर्नेंस स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर एफिशिएंसी चाहिए, करप्शन फ्री इन्वायरमेंट चाहिए और लोगों का विकास चाहिए, तो यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि पावर शुड बी डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड. ये भी लॉ है एक तरीके से. द मोर द पावर इज डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड, द मोर इज द डेवलपमेंट, द मोर इज द डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. आप समझ रहे हो. अगर मान लो इंडिया में, ऐसे समझो आप, देयर वाज अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हमारे यहाँ पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस नहीं मिली हुई थी. पंचायत होते थे बस. बट एक वक्त आया व्हेन इंडिया empowered the panchayati raj institutions through constitutional amendment. That was the time when now power was given to the third tier, right? Power of what? Power of making laws around developmental issues at panchayat level. Earlier, which was in the hands of state government, और उसके पहले in the hand of national government. Okay. So pata chala, the moment local people are given the power to address their issues locally, the development is more efficient. Okay. But if one person at the state level is having the resource to have the laws at the local level, then you may see corruption. तो मोंटेस्क्यू की बात को भी बड़ा इज्जत मिली कि हाँ यार, मोनार्की को हट जाना चाहिए, और जो मोनार्किकल पावर्स हैं दैट शुड बी डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड, जज शुड बी सेपरेट, lawmakers should be separate. Okay. And that is only when you can have good governance. So these are the people who are questioning the existing monarchical order only with scientific temper. And they're saying, look at the monarchy. They say that they are ruling because of the divine sanctions. Now, who's going to test divine sanction? Is it testable? It's not logically valid for anybody to rule in the name of God, because we can't test whether God has really sent him or not. Okay. यानी आप इमेजिन करो, लोग पहली बार दिमाग लगा रहे हैं अपना. इट्स नॉट कि पहली बार, पहले भी लगाया होगा, लेकिन यूरोप में इनलाइटनमेंट मूवमेंट के दौरान यू हैव सडन वेव ऑफ सच काइंड ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल्स हु आर क्वेश्चनिंग द एग्जिस्टिंग ऑर्डर, all in the name of logic, rationality. Okay. And also developing laws and principles of good governance, of good economy. Okay. और इस ऐसे कई सारे प्रिंसिपल्स को फॉलो करते करते, और जिसके ऊपर अभी मैं नहीं जाना चाहता हूं, की वजह से एक नया यूरोप पैदा होता है जिसमें ये सब होता है. अब इस सब ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के दौरान, फ्रॉम ओल्ड यूरोप टू न्यू यूरोप, some pathologies also developed in the period of transformation. सोशल पैथोलॉजी डेवलप्ड। अब क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स डेवलप हुई इस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में? क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स डेवलप हुई हैं? पाया गया when Europe was going through these changes, rate of suicide went up. अभी डोंट आस्क व्हाई, अभी तो पहले हमें समझना है क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हुई। सुसाइड रेट वेंट अप, क्राइम रेट वेंट अप। ओके, उस टाइम सम पीपल वर वेरी क्यूरियस, ये सब रेट्स क्यों बढ़ते जा रहे हैं? ओके, सो वी वर लाइक वेरी क्यूरियस बीइंग, जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड क्या क्या हो रहा है समाज में। जब समाज का ऑर्डर चेंज हो रहा है तो समाज में क्या क्या हो रहा है? रेट ऑफ क्राइम वेंट अप, rate of divorce went up, rate of suicide went up, inequality increased, poverty increased, slum formation observed. Okay, these are some of the basic problems which were observed when Europe was changing from this type to this type. हम भी बड़े क्यूरियस थे जानने में ये सब क्यों हो रहा है। हम तो क्योंकि हमें लगता था प्रोग्रेस की तरफ जा रहे हैं, तो फिर ये सब क्यों हो रहा है? It was shocker to many individuals of those times. Those individuals wanted to understand if we are actually moving towards progress, then why are these things happening? Because this is not progress, this is not progress, this is not progress, this is definitely not progress, this is also not. Okay, and many other things along with this. Those individuals decided to study these issues scientifically. What is the root cause of these issues? And they wanted to collect data on all these issues. They wanted to understand the reason behind increase in such rates. Okay, such individuals who were collecting data on these issues and studying all these things in a very objective manner were later called as sociologists. That means just like enlightenment scholar who applied reasoning, scientific knowledge to the way monarchy is functioning and the feudal order was functioning, they wanted to test why is this the case. Similarly, some individuals developed who wanted to understand why is this increasing, why do we have pathology despite having transformation. They are also questioning the existing observation. The sociologists are going to use the same principles of observation, data collection, which the enlightenment scholars are going to use for their explanation. Enlightenment scholars also developed some principles, universal principles, which we will discuss later. And the initial sociologists also developed some universal principles on the working of society. Eventually, you will see sociology has some connection with enlightenment. Sociology has some connection with the change in Europe. Sociology actually got its identity and its subject matter initially when Europe was changing. Okay. So, technically, to understand these things, to understand these issues, treating society like an object, treating society like an object, to understand these issues, sociology developed. Sociology as a science developed. और क्लेम हमारा बड़ा सिंपल है कि हम समाज में अपने ऑब्जर्वेशन के बेसिस पे कुछ चीजें प्रिडिक्ट भी कर सकते हैं, कुछ चीजें प्रिडिक्टेबल हैं समाज में। ओके, जैसे वो वेदर प्रिडिक्टेबल होता है, कल शाम को प्रिडिक्शन आ गई थी कि रात को बारिश होगी, रात को हो गई, ठीक है। ऐसे ही सोशियोलॉजिस्ट भी प्रिडिक्ट करते हैं कि अगर अब ये इनइक्वालिटी बढ़ती गई तो यू विल नाउ सी मूवमेंट डेवलपिंग अमंग पीपल, और मूवमेंट भी देखने को मिलती है फिर कुछ टाइम बाद। ओके, अगर अगर there is unequal distribution of resources between countries, you would see war taking place between countries. It's a prediction. वो भी होता है क्योंकि most of the countries are fighting over what? Resources. यानी जब जब अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा वॉर होनी पक्की है, ये प्रिडिक्शन है। अब ये प्रिडिक्शन कहां से आई होगी? डेटा, एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा से ही। इनके पास भी प्रिडिक्शन कैसे है कि रात को 12 बजे बारिश होगी? एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा से। यानी हम जब प्रिडिक्ट करेंगे डेटा के बेसिस पे, और यही चीज साइंस को साइंस बनाता है, राइट? So this is what we study initially, and then we focus on the subject matter, right? Subject matter is already known to us because when we are studying political institution, economic institution, they are just one of the many organs which we have already described. Institutions में बहुत सारे institution आते हैं, तो we study polity and economy and family also. और यूरोप के इस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में सभी चीजों में बदलाव हुआ है। फैमिली स्ट्रक्चर में भी हुआ है, इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में भी हुआ है, पॉलिटिकल स्ट्रक्चर में भी हुआ है। ओके, and no other subject was dealing with these things, and this was also one gap. Sociology developed to fill this gap. आप मान के चलो, Europe was actually the laboratory for the sociologists, the laboratory that was experiencing all kinds of change possible among humans in one go. इसलिए आज पूरी दुनिया फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन पढ़ती है ना, पूरी दुनिया आज इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन को पढ़ती है। चाहे बच्चा अमेरिका में हो, जापान में हो, चाइना में हो, सबके किताबों में फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन लिखा होता है, ठीक है। ऐसा मान लिया गया है कि यूरोप वाज द लेबोरेटरी वेयर यू सॉ द seeds of transformation germinating, and whatever happened to Europe will eventually happen to rest of the world also. ये जो फिलोसफी है ये भी वहीं पे पैदा हुई है कि यूरोप से फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन पैदा हुआ, और पूरी दुनिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन के प्रिंसिपल्स आर विजिबल। यूरोप में इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन शुरू हुआ, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड यू सी इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन टेकिंग प्लेस। यूरोप से डेमोक्रेसी पैदा होती है, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड यू वुड सी डेमोक्रेसी। डेमोक्रेसी वुड बी सीन एज द बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नेंस, राइट? यूरोप से यू सॉ डेवलपमेंट ऑफ व्हाट वी कॉल एज system of political parties. All over the world you would see political party getting developed as the best form of tool for choosing the leader, representation. Okay, यूरोप से पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम इवॉल्व हुआ, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड वी सी पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम गेटिंग डेवलप्ड इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स। तो वट एवर हैपन्स इन यूरोप will happen to rest of the world. So Europe became laboratory. Sociologists simply studied this laboratory properly. What is bringing change in the lab? What are the pathologies in the lab? How these pathologies develop, etc., etc. That's it. Okay. ये है basic idea हमारा. Okay. Okay. Now one last thing. Akshay, sir, how sociology is science? Because some researchers may rely on book study or on field study. Hence, there will be some biasness because book study is dominated by Brahmins. Oh my God. So how we can call it value free? No, Akshay, you simply have to understand. There is always an attempt by any body of scientists right at the onset of the establishment of a discipline that we will try our best to keep the discipline free of the biases. Okay. Even if we are studying the field of the classroom, even if we are studying book, Both cases, we try our best to keep ourselves free from biases. Now, but in the process, some biases may develop, but that was not intentional. It was not intentional. It is something that other person may discover ki nahi. Somehow in his observation of the field, he is biased. Okay. Somehow in his observation of the book, he is biased. Okay. But nobody plans bias. Bias is unintentional. Okay. So what are those unintentional bias? We actually come to know later on. But for the time being, you please understand, sociology is a science just like any other discipline. Like if economics is a science, if economics is a science, if political science is a science, sociology would also be science on the same lines. Okay. Eventually all of these are seen as social sciences only. ठीक है, हमको तो पहले समझना पड़ता है, क्योंकि रीजन ये होता है, the notion of science that is etched in our mind is coming from physics, chemistry and mathematics. Okay. So we need to get free of that notion first to understand why these disciplines are also seen as science. Okay. For any body to be seen as science, only 3-4 principles are sufficient. Okay. One, in this body of knowledge, there must be data collection. Nothing should be based on speculation. Data होना चाहिए उस चीज का. दूसरी बात, वो डेटा का एनालिसिस भी होना चाहिए. सिर्फ कलेक्ट करके बैठ नहीं गए हो. You must analyze the data, and then you must develop some hypothesis which could be tested. It should be testable hypothesis. Whatever you say, it should be testable. और टेस्ट करने के बहुत तरीके हो सकते हैं. Okay. And if you are just following these 4 principles, observation, data collection, analysis and testing of the hypothesis, you are science. That's it. बाकी बाकी कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो कि जरूरी है साथ में रखना. आप वैल्यू फ्री रहिए. आप किसी चीज को स्पॉन्सर मत करिए. मतलब एडम स्मिथ हो या कार्ल मार्क्स हो या डरखाइम हो या मैक्स वेबर हो, nobody is going to sponsor, nobody should be sponsoring anything. Everybody should say what is going to keep the society healthy, what can disturb the society. They should not be seen as advocate of something, although some of them actually turn out to be advocates of something. That's a different matter. Okay. But they do have some basic elements of science in them, that whatever they say it on the basis of data, they say it on the basis of analysis, and they also develop some testable hypothesis जो हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे, अभी नहीं. Okay. Sir, which books to refer? No, Sneha, no, please. No book to refer. There is no book to refer. No book. No NCRT. No blue color book. No green color book. No orange color book. No books. मेरा ये मानना है एकदम सच में कि अगर आप सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट को समझ लो, मार्क्स लाने के लिए नहीं, बस समझने के लिए समझ लो. ओके. तो मार्क्स अपने आप ही आ जाते हैं, और उसके बाद उसके ऊपर लिख लो क्लास में ही जो हम लिखवाएंगे आपसे, तो भी मार्क्स आपके पीछे अपने आप ही आ जाएंगे. बट अगर आपने प्लान किया कि मैं किताब लूंगा 300 से ऊपर लाने के लिए, नहीं आएंगे फिर मार्क्स आपके. आपको प्लान करना ही नहीं इस चीज को, एकदम चुप रहना. Okay, don't ever plan scoring more than 300. You will never get it. But if you just ignore it, 300 क्या होता है, छोड़ो. हम तो भाई समझेंगे कार्ल मार्क्स ने क्या बोला, हम तो भाई समझेंगे डरखाइम ने क्या बोला. अब 300 आपके पीछे आता रहेगा, फिर आप बोलोगे अभी रुक जाओ, बाद में आना, अभी मैं कार्ल मार्क्स पढ़ रहा हूँ. ठीक. तो you don't have to give importance to 300. 300 will give importance to you. कि यार ये तो मेरे पास आता ही नहीं है ये इंसान तो. ठीक है. आप बोलोगे मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ अभी. तो आपने अपना फोकस रखना है एग्जाम के ऊपर. Marks will eventually follow. Just don't focus on the end goal. Always focus on the process. That is important. Okay. So I would like to have just 5-6 days break before we officially resume our classes. because in the next 5-6 days we have multiple meetings scheduled with the students who are going to appear in the coming mains, and we are about to finish off our crash course also. So I'll be meeting you the next week, which is the coming Monday. Okay. Until then, what we will be doing is I will simply expect you to do one thing on your own. Okay. I would expect all of you to just go through very briefly, which is what we call as NCRT, why, and on which topic. I would expect all of you to cover the basics of French Revolution and Industrial Revolution. Only basics of these two. Okay. We will be dealing with these things definitely in the class. But if you already are aware of the basics of these things, it will actually help us more. We'll start with movements like Renaissance, Enlightenment, Scientific Revolution, and then we'll speak about French and Industrial Revolution. But you will see that these principles, if known to you, things will start making more sense to all of you. Okay. The model that I wanted to explain to you in the first place, the shift from the monarchy to democracy, would have made more sense to you if you had little bit knowledge about French Revolution. But how do you read this? For this, I'll suggest you either NCRT, okay, or I'll suggest you one YouTube video. उसका link हम आज आपको देंगे शाम को. We'll send you a link, a YouTube video link. Those who prefer watching it through video may watch it simply through the video. And those who prefer reading it, we'll share one PDF from NCRT on these two chapters. They may prefer reading it as well. Okay. And you don't have to make notes. Okay. You just have to read and understand. Don't make notes when you're reading these two. क्योंकि वो सब हम class में वैसे भी कर ही लेंगे. Okay. So I'll be seeing you next Monday. I just need to give little bit more time to the students who are appearing for mains. तो मुझे 5-6 दिन उनके साथ बैठना है थोड़ा सा और, ठीक है, बिफोर वी स्टार्ट ऑफिशियली. क्लासेस हमारी होंगी 6 days a week. We have classes from Monday to Saturday. Okay. And the course, also एक चीज मैं यहाँ पे बताना चाहता हूँ. Our course today is 20th July. Our course would be definitely over, so that कोई भी आपको बिल्कुल टेंशन ना रहे इन चीजों की, है ना. Our course would be over definitely by, if today is 20th July, 25th January. 25th January, our course would be over. Okay. We are planning it in a way that you firstly finish all the topics with us in a planned manner and things go completely systematically, so that iska issue to kabhi na ho. Okay. So 6 days a week, 2 hours per day. Okay. I'll see you next Monday then. Okay. Thank you guys.